What's going on, everyone? It's King Tuts Pro and welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the biggest Final Cut Pro 10 bundle pack ever created for Final Cut Pro 10. Alright, so once you purchase the pack, which is honestly the best deal you will ever find online, and of course this video is sponsored by Phantasma FX, so big shout outs to you. I'm gonna keep this as simple as possible and not to confuse you guys. So you're gonna have a downloads window here and a documents. So what you want to do is once you download the main Cinepunch file, it's going to look like this. When you open it, you're gonna have a bunch of files. You're gonna have a video here with the tutorial, showing you how to get started with it. You have the license, you have the like a README, and then you have the actual transitions and generators here, and I'll show you that in just a second. You have tutorials if you want to watch other tutorials on a specific pack or plugin that you want to install. Then you have the big packs, and these you will have to install externally. So they have the server links there, so you can download those individually. So it's not like a bulk download, but you can do that as well. And then you have the Cinepunch video add-ons catalog, and I'll show you that in just a second as well, which allows you to download all of the videos individually. So you can pick and choose, so you don't download like, a 3 GB or 5 GB file. And then you have the Lutmaster cube files, which is like your color grading, color correcting plugin for Final Cut Pro 10, which is really cool. And there's over 700, which is honestly absolutely crazy. So let me show you how to install it. So what you want to do first is go into the Cinepunch for Final Cut Pro 10, and you want to open that, and you want to go into this purple folder, open that one, and you're going to have 3 folders: effects, generators, and transitions. What you want to do is go into the effects here, and now you're going to have 4 or 3 different folders. You're going to have one with the tutorial. So if I open this, to preview it, you're going to see what it is. It says, due to the file size, you'll need to download and copy the folder, Filmmaker VFX folder. Here are the servers. There's also a backup server in case one is not working. You would have to open this up like this, and then you would click on the download link here, main server 1. We're going to have effects first, so we're going to go open the effects. And on the other window, we're going to go into applications, or we're going to go into Final Cut Pro 10, right click, go to show package contents, go to the contents folder, go to the plugins folder, then go into the media providers folder, go to motion effects folder, and open the contents folder, open up the resources folder, open up the templates folder, and here you will have all of your folders where you can install the plugins, which I think is the best and fastest way of installing it. So you're going to have effects, generators, titles, and transitions. We're going to focus on these 3 right here. So we're going to go onto the effects. So we're going to move that to the side here. I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, and now we have the other effects. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these. I'm going to hold Option and drag that into the effects folder there. I may have, I've already done this, so it's going to ask me to replace it or skip it, but you would do that and it wouldn't bring you this window or dialog. So I'm gonna click replace just for the time being. And when you drag it over, hold down Option, that way it creates a copy, or you can literally drag it into the folder, but that will get rid of it on this side. So once you are done with that, you wanna go into the generators, select this, hold Option to make a copy and drag that into the generators folder. I've already done that, so I'm just gonna click on replace and you're done. Now what you wanna do is go into the transitions folder, and then you're gonna have Cinepunch 5.0. Hold Option and drag that into the transitions folder. Let go, click replace. I've already done that. You won't have to do that, but once you are done, you're pretty much good to go for the main Cinepunch transitions, effects, and generator. And if you go into the big packs here, you're going to see all the different effects that you can install, but that's going to be in the big packs folder. And then you have the Lutmaster cube files. This is where you're going to find all of your LUTs, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So then you have the add-on. So if I were to go onto this one, the Anamorphic Creams version 2, and click access here, it's going to open up a new folder, and then you're going to have to type in the password. And then once you access the Vimeo website, it's going to show you 150 plus 8K anamorphic and spherical lens flare and light overlays, subtle light movement design. So you can see all the different types of the lens flares that they have. We can turn off the audio here. And if we push play, you're going to see what it looks like. And this is the same for all the other packs here. So if you don't want to download the whole entire pack, but you just want one specific one, you can do that and browse the pretty much the library. Before I begin, I do want to mention a quick little credit to the owner of this video. It's called Mansory by, I think it's Woyshnis. Media, I believe. I think I butchered the name, but link will be in the description if you want to watch the full video. I'm just using this as a complete reference on showing you how to apply the effects and transitions. So just an FYI. You can see it's an amazing video. There is a little bit of color correction on this, but I want to show you what to do. So once you install those in the effects, transitions, and generators, I'm going to show you the transitions first. So I applied a couple already. So if I zoom in, we have this one here. So what we have here is the 8mm grain effects. So if I turn that off, you're going to see what it looks like. It still looks amazing. The cinematography and the way this was filmed was absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, that's already a plus right there. But once you add effects here, like the grain, it just makes it a lot better. It makes it more cinematic. And so you have this, if you're trying to go for that music video kind of movie style, then add this grain. And that's going to be here in the Filmmaker Visual Effects Toolkit. So if I were to drag this out and if I were to make this a little bigger, you can see that this is a toolkit effects and you have all of them here. So this is going to be this one here. So anyways, I have this transition. If I push play, it's going to look like this. This is just a quick little fast swipe down left. If I go to the transitions over here and I go to the Transition Punch 5.0, we have 318 type of transitions. There's probably more if I really looked into it and installed all of them, but we have blur backs here. So if I were to drag this one and replace it and I push play, it's going to look like this. Might want to let this render out, but it looks really, really good. And you can also change the settings here. Every transition is going to be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's going to be roughly the same. You have a whole bunch. You have the glitch transitions here, a lot of glitch transitions. So if I go back and push play, you have this really cool and simple transition here. Then the next one here, if I select it, it's going to be the glitch transition 26. And again, you have the option of changing the opacity. You can change the RGB split strength. So if I were to mess this here, you can see what it looks like and it might create a different effect. You have the static opacity, you can disable that. You can change the waviness strength. So if I push play, it's going to look like that. Very, very clean. Select a clip and you have the glitch grunge. So if I drag this here, it's going to look like this. Really interesting. I think that would look really cool with the music video, but it's all up to you. So we have glitch effects 4. And if I push play, it looks like this. And again, you can change all of these settings, really create what you want to do. And you have a bunch of keyframes if you want to be extra specific. Now, if we go back to the Filmmaker, we have also film burns. So if I were to zoom out here and maybe select a different clip, I'm going to select maybe here and here. And I want to drag this one, just drag it onto the clip. And here you can change the settings of this. You can make it bigger or you can make it smaller. You can change the blend mode. And I don't like that. I'm going to go maybe overlay. And if I push play, it's going to look like this. Super neat. And then if we go into the generators, we're going to have different effects here as well. The Filmmaker Visual Effects, and we have the Lens Grime FX Generator. For we have film damage, grains, and Leakpunch, as well as vintage film projector. If I were to drag the lens light effects, this is the one that I added in the end here. As you can see, if I select it, I just changed the blend mode. So in order to use that, all you're going to do is drag it on top of the clip that you want to add the effect. Select the generator, go to over here to the parameters. You're going to have logo off, have this box checked to remove that. Go back to the compositing and go to blend mode and change that to, I would suggest, screen. And you can push play. And if you like what it looks like, you can leave it as is, or you can change the opacity so it's not that harsh. If you want to change the settings, you can go back to the parameters. So now if we go to the Leakpunch FX Generators and I drag this right onto maybe this one, I select it and I change the enable the logo off, have this box checked. So if I push play, it's going to look like this. Super cool, kind of clean, gives you a different effect. And then one of my favorite ones is going to be the color LUTs. There's over 700 color grading presets. So in order to install this is the one I have installed right now. It's the effects lights off. So this is what it looks like without it. You can make your video clip turn to nighttime, which is honestly insane. So you got to select the clip, add the preset, and now it looks like it was shot in the nighttime. This is really great, especially if you don't want to shoot at night. And I know that can be very, very difficult to do. You can just add this quick little preset and save you a ton of time. So what I want to do is delete that. Select the clip that you want to add. I suggest adding your trim the video to where you want only the effect to happen. Go to the effects over here. Go down to the color option. This is going to be only on 10.4 and above. for Final Cut Pro 10 version. Then you want to go into the custom LUT, drag this onto the clip that you want to add the effect. Then go to the custom LUT, go next to LUT, select it, go to choose custom LUT. And what you want to do is go down to the downloads. Then you want to go into the Cinepunch Final Cut Pro 10 folder, go to the Lutmaster cube files, select the Lutmaster folder and click open. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again. But once you open that folder up, you're going to have the Lutmaster here applied. And now you're going to have different categories with hundreds upon hundreds of presets for your for color grading and color correcting your video. So we have this one here, FX Color, and this is the one that I added. I think it was the lights off. So I select it, and now it looks like it's shot completely at nighttime. And over here in the mix, you can change the opacity of that. If it's too harsh, you can adjust the lighting or the opacity. And we can go back and change it as well. So we can go color, you have camera profiles. So you can go like Black Magic, and then you have another subcategory. You have Canon, DJI, GoPro. You have vintage ones. So if I select this one, you can create this effect. Very, very cool. Also, one more thing that I forgot to mention, instead of going into the color over here into color and then going into the custom LUT, having to drag this onto the video and then having to go to the Lutmaster and having to change the actual preset for the color grading presets pretty much, all you have to do really is once you drag the Lutmaster effects pack, which contains literally all of these as well, into the effects, so that way you don't have to skim through and guess which one you want to add. This way you can go into the effects and go down to Lutmaster right here, which is what I've already done to install it. It's literally the same thing. You open up the Lutmaster folder and you drag that into the effects folder in the Final Cut Pro 10 directory, which I showed you in the beginning of the video. And now you're gonna have 870 different types of presets, and you can skim through them and see them what they look like without having to apply them or even remove them. So you can just skim through, see which one looks the best, and this will save you a lot of time when you're trying to color grade or color correct your video. So I really like this one, Blowout 114. So click and drag this onto the clip. This will apply to the whole entire clip. Now all you're gonna do is, instead of having the custom LUT here, I'm gonna delete that. So you can see it's just an effect, and you can change the LUT opacity. So click and drag that. And now you can change the way that this looks. So this is a before and after. And then now if you want to add the effects, the big packs download, what you want to do is press Command I, or you can go to File and then Import Media. And then you're going to have the folders that you've downloaded externally. So individually, of course, in the big packs folder that I just showed you, you're going to have 35mm anamorphic leaks. If I open this, you can select all of the different clips. If I push play, you're going to see what it looks like. And you can go through every single one if you wanted to. You have big bokeh. So this is going to be your bokeh. This is amazing if you want to add like a music, if you wanted to add this to a music video, create fake light leaks. So if I click import selected and I adjust this here, this is right now it says missing proxy. That's because I have this on set to proxy. So I'm going to change that to optimized and then just drag this to where I want this to affect the clip. I'm going to drag it right there. Now all I got to do is either make this bigger depending on the aspect ratio of the video that you have added. Go to transform, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger to fill the screen. And I'm going to go to the blend mode and change it to either of these. Doesn't really matter. I just lighten our screen. Now if I push play, you're going to see what it looks like. Now you have this super cool light leak. If it's too harsh, go to like screen, maybe change the opacity a lot. And if I push play, it's going to create this really natural looking light leak. Looks very realistic. Absolutely love this one. And we have other packs here. So that's the big bokehs. Then we have Cinedust 4K. You can download an 8K version if you wanted to. Select it, and now you have subcategories, subfolders. Then you have Bokeh Winds Light. Here you have this one here. I absolutely love this one. So I'm going to select this one and click import. This is going to be part of the dust bundle. So I'm going to click and drag this right above this clip here. I'm going to change the duration or trim it down. And I'm going to increase the scale. Now I'm going to change the blend mode and change this to screen. So now if I push play, you're going to see you have this dust particles with a bit of bokeh applied. Looks really, really clean. I think this would look kind of cool over here if I drag this and push play. Look at that. That looks super, super neat. I might want to add this here. So if I push play, look at that. Look how different this video looks just with this applied. And it's only $50, which is amazing, especially for the value. So that's pretty much going to be this pack. I know I didn't show you so many like different types of possibilities that you can do. I mean, it's honestly endless that you can create. I will catch you guys on my next video. Peace out.